Welcome back, Wildcat fans, to the first edition of the Bear Down Breakdown for the 2024-2025 season. Coach Berman, looking into this first home opening weekend, how have the practices been going so far, and how are the new guys integrating into the systems?
Yeah, everything's gone smooth so far, as it typically does, so it's always a funny question. Like, there's no adversity. Nobody's been benched. Nobody's not mad that they're not on the power play or whatever yet, so it should go smooth, but, ultimately we'll see how we handle, the challenges ahead. First big step is they seem to get along. It's a group that likes each other, and that's important. I think that translates onto the ice. So doing a lot of off-ice cultural stuff to make sure we're establishing that foundation, and I know the boys now are just kind of antsy to hit somebody else and get on the ice.
This program has really cultivated, a winning mentality, especially since you came in and took over with the tradition of this program, the desire to win, the will to win. Looking at some of the additions, how would you highlight some of their leadership qualities and the fact that they've won at the highest levels they've played at before coming into the U of A program?
Yeah, I mean, we were very businesslike in our approach this summer and what we wanted to bring in. It wasn't just about bringing in talent. We wanted the right people, the right guys. And so we wanted to add grit, toughness, and we wanted leadership. And so if you look at our recruiting class, they all come from winning organizations, and almost all of them were a captain or a leader in some regard in that process. So I think that matters. You can't have enough leaders, and we certainly want to continue to instill that into our culture. And we want to be hard to play against. And so we added 7 guys, 6'2" or bigger. Adds a lot of length, especially on D and in front of our net. Probably the smallest guy we added is Carter, and he might be the hardest to play against. So we feel like we're going to be tougher to play against, and still skilled, and still a transition team, and all the things that that we pride ourselves on. But we got to get better if we're going to move up, and certainly that's our intention.
This weekend, not only the home opener for the men's program, but the first time in a very long time that the women's program is back on the ice, playing immediately after the men's game. How excited are you for women's hockey to get back to the University of Arizona, and how has it been working with Coach Hogan to begin getting these two programs integrated?
Yeah, it's certainly an exciting day. Like, a lot of work's gone into coming to this moment and to finally see the puck drop. And so we're excited to watch that game. And no matter what, just having the game is going to be a success and getting them off the ground. But really excited for the girls there and Coach Hogan and what she can do. She's a really passionate leader. I know she's excited to get going. She's been also waiting a long time to get this thing off the ground. So for us, it's just important to hit that checkpoint of, let's get on the ice, let's compete, and really just make it a celebration of Wildcat hockey.
Looking at some of the returning players from last season, first time in a while this program hasn't had someone wearing the C, a little bit more leadership by committee. How have those 3 assistant captains step up to fill that leadership role left behind by the likes of Jesse Lowell or Anthony Cusinelli in the past?
Yeah, it's certainly different. Not something I've done before, but I think it's working, and I really like the feel of it. We decided to go more of a collaborative committee approach on our leadership. So Shetland, Keoka, and Josephson are all going to be wearing the A, and if things need to change, we can. But for me, it's really working. Like, it puts the ownership and the onus not on one person or the burden. It forces them to work together to be more collaborative, and I think that's a good thing. And I think that's trickling down through the roster. This is. We've been on Zoom all summer working and talking through changes we want to make. I think they've had really good, fresh ideas, and it is important to change when you're doing 6 months every day for this long. Variety and change is a good thing, and so I think they brought a fresh approach, and it's a new season, and we're just excited to see where we go from here and get this thing off the ground.
So some huge additions literally on the back end size-wise, but also in net, 2 new additions in Gould and Stevenson. What kind of confidence does that give the team offensively to play in front of them? And how does that kind of maybe free up some of the defense to jump into the offensive zone or not get away from the responsible systems, but to have 2 reliable goaltenders in net? TJ stepped up huge last season, but Gould and Stevenson seem to bring a little bit more stability to that side of things.
Yeah, and it's one of those good problems, right? Like, I don't know which guy's the number one. They're both really good. They're both big, athletic, very competitive. They don't like getting scored on. They don't, they're not going to give anything up in practice for free. And that has a trickle-down effect in practice because it makes the guys have to work a little harder to produce, and I think there's an effect of that to the rest of the team. But certainly you can see it in the guys. They have confidence like, hey, if we make a mistake, he's going to bail us out. One of them is going to bail us out. And so we feel really good about our goaltending situation going in this year. I think it does open up some confidence. Maybe it gives us a little more risk we can have in our game, so to speak. But ultimately, we're preparing to knock off a number one. We're preparing to knock off a Minot or an Adrian come a Frozen Four. That's what we want to do. And if we're going to do that, you'd better out-defend teams, and you better be great in net. That's just something that's non-negotiable to make a run in that tournament. And so to add 2 guys we think are both capable number ones is a huge boost to our roster.
Looking past the first home opening weekend, the following 5 games, ASU 3 times, UNLV 2 times, what do you want to see out of this group in the home opening weekend to make sure that they're ready for those higher-ranked opponents following?
Yeah, I mean, just execution. Like, we're trying to get our systems in. We're hoping the penalty kill goes smooth. You can't pack everything in about a week to practice here. So there's going to be failure. There's going to be room for failure, and that's okay as long as we're doing it in an effort to improve. So I'm looking forward to making mistakes and putting it on film and making the corrections we need. And, we don't have time to get ready for ASU, so we'd better start buttoning down these things. But it's a good thing to get started and to get to work on those details. And, hopefully we're inside on pucks. We're winning puck battles, taking care of the little things, the structure and stuff. That stuff will come. But, the 2 major things we're focusing on this weekend is if you're going to have success early, I've been telling the guys all week, the teams that struggle early either are taking penalties or turn pucks over at the blue line. So that's been an emphasis for us in practice. Certainly will be this week as we go into San Diego. That's got to be a habit. That can't be a choice.
Welcome back, Wildcat fans, to the second game of our this Friday evening is the Wildcats the second time after last night's 9-3 victory. It was certainly a very offensive game for the Wildcats. A number of players, especially Michael Zosha, showing his offensive talent, scoring a hat trick. In the third period, the Wildcats did get drawn a little bit too much into the extracurriculars. A couple of penalties resulted in a couple of goals. But in his first start as a Wildcat, in net at number 8, after that game, gave the Wildcats a chance to win the entirety of it. Certainly based on the scoreline, opened up a little bit of offense for the Wildcats. I think they can take a couple of chances. Moving into this game, Dylan Walker back in the lineup in the third quarter. Very excited to see what Carter Hanahan, his first as a Wildcat on the way with Justin Hughes and Tyler Shetland. Very excited to see they get done. Also, Will Josephson from Maine, something like that. A lot of depth for this team moving forward in this season, especially with the wide this tradition. So we are getting excited. Just a couple of minutes in, the Wildcats will be taking the ice. Can't wait to reach tonight's game. This is dynamic Wildcat.
Wildcat hockey. There's an atmosphere to this game. The icy chill that hovers in the air. The rumble of dedicated fans against the glass. The sound of metal carving its path. Someone once said hockey was figure skating in a war zone. They weren't exactly wrong. There's an athletic tradition at the University of Arizona. One that isn't deterred by cacti or blistering heat. A tradition of hard work, perseverance, and preparation. A tradition of camaraderie and of school spirit. It grants us hope when times are hard and makes us strong so we can rise to our feet again. This tradition, it lives inside these players, and it lives inside their fans. So join us. We're ready to bear down. And something tells us you are too.
Welcome in, Wildcat fans, as San Diego City takes the ice here Friday to the Sun. I'm excited to have make it to a live game with them this year here at the Tucson Arena. Great crowd on this Friday evening. Wildcats win with them number 9. Thursday Friday stand. Big message to his team as they push the first state. They are the boss. Wildcats did well. There was definitely the opportunity to clean up a lot of things, including the penalties, including the extracurriculars. That was really the only way San Diego State got any momentum in the third period last night. The Wildcats
At left wing, number 68, Max Cathol. At right wing, number 16, Colby Henderson. At center, number 2, Damascus. Left defenseman, number 42, Ryan Ellis. At right defenseman, number 4, Lucas Miller. And in goal, number 31, Liam B. At this time, if you are ready and able, please rise and move your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
good in our headsets, but we're coming out on the screen. We have a lot of crowds.
Awesome. And your referees for tonight, Andrew Gavin and Jeremy Lackman, and at linesman, Zach Reese and Hunter Lynn.
Like, it sounds all good in the headsets and everything, but how does it sound on the screen?
But it sounds fine to me.
It what?
It sounds fine.
Like, when I was talking, it sounded fine.
It says they can't hear the commentators. I know right now you just muted though, so that might be.
Hear my voice on the broadcast?
Before the clip,
Go. I'll try to think everything sounds good. So, keep us updated in the chat.
yeah, if you might clear it.
Tommy's getting a bit better. Get on to the full set.
The one in the back, right? Come in a little bit. One in the back, right? The cord. Oh, it is. Okay.
This is the monitor.
Well, it was just sticking out, so I was like, oh, maybe something's loose.
It's only getting background noise. I don't know what the hell is picking up. You're on the TCC camera, right?
We should be. Oh, we're not. I see. Okay.
Oh, this is good.
Okay.
We're getting the feed from the TCC. We're getting the TCC like coming in.
Oh, from the camera.
Yeah.
Oh, what the heck?
It's happened before. You gotta go to audio. Go to here. Go to the audio conference.
Yeah. Okay, that makes so much more sense.
Okay, so that hopefully should have cleared everything up. We did have the TCC camera picking up our audio feed. Everything just sounded a lot better. So, like I said earlier in the season, to get everything dialed, the Wildcats trying to do the same here. There's 18:40 left to go in the first period. Aztecs have had a much better jump. Good shot on Stevenson. Understand what about the stream, we were as well. Trying to get all the technical difficulties sorted out. Live stream. 18:45 left to go in the first period.
No, it's still a little loaded.
Wildcats here looking to get these out of the second. For the Wildcats.
You're good, keep it up. This mic is also.
Your first start here from last night's game as the Wildcats were able to get off to a wild offensive start. Hopefully they can create a little bit of that as they get settled and get everything settled here up in the Wildcats league.
Someone say the second one.
Yeah, it's nothing but background noise. What is this? Didn't happen. No, this one's still unplugged.
Yeah, this is all music. It is. It's all noise. One of the sources that we have is pulling noise from everything.
Get a new camera?
I already checked that.
Did you check the clock camera?
Well, that's the thing. It should come here. It's on monitor off.
It's off. The TCC camera's off, right?
Right. Yeah. So even with the jump back here, it's not picking up your phone, is it? No. Okay, I can like start connecting with all stuff.
It's even picking up everything we're saying off of the mic. It can hear, it's picking up everything we're saying. Mute the audio. Turn the mic off. Just turn the mic off.
Video capture card visitor. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be it. Again, I put it on my camera.
Still picking some.
Okay, Wildcat fans, that should have gotten everything sorted out. So just as the Wildcats head on to the power play now, so the Wildcats now on the power play for 1:40. Good opportunity here for the Wildcats to get on the board early, taking advantage of San Diego State's a little bit overt physicality along the boards there, trying to get the Wildcats riled up early, and this would be a good way to get things settled down. So now at the point, McGovern looks to go across. Good chance backdoor there. Shetland fires it out in front, and that one barely gets saved as the Wildcats begin to apply the pressure on the power play. Looking cross seam. Quick shot from Hanrahan, but a good block by Ryan Elras. So now McGovern goes cross ice. Wildcats looking to set up once again. Quick shot from the point, and a good save there. So yesterday it was Liam D who came in relief. But the Wildcats now going to be shooting on number 31, Liam D, for the entirety of this game, most likely. So 14:48 left to go. 1 minute left to go in the power play. So in to take the face-off was Vilhauer, not able to win that one. Curley comes in support, back to the point to Big John Baird. Now across to Tristan Swiger. They start to work the top of the umbrella. Quick shot by Curley, and that one got deflected out in front by Lucas Bellig as the Wildcats start to apply pressure, but a great steal at the line to break up that power play momentum with 38 seconds left to go in the power play. 14:22 left to go in the period. Glove down by Vilhauer. Swiger, he was looking for him on the back door, just couldn't quite connect, and the Aztecs do a good job to get the puck out of the zone. So now Jack Curley, he looks to get it in deep. D tries to knock it down, but it gets all the way around to Rossi. Back to the point. Baird wasn't expecting that, but he uses the long reach to bail himself out. So a good job there of awareness by Baird. So the Wildcats with one more opportunity for a zone entry. Ari Rossi stood up at the blue line. And I believe that was a delayed offsides because of the contact from number 4, Lucas Bellig. He had one of the Aztecs goals yesterday. So the Wildcats, 13:48 left to go in the first. Not the offensive punch they came out with yesterday, but a lot of time left to go, and the Aztecs have certainly responded from that difficult loss on Tucson ice yesterday, looking a lot better on this Friday evening. So the Wildcats will have to match that intensity. Hogan Transportation power play is over. Liam D will glove that and get a face-off in the offensive zone. So once again, our apologies for the issues with the audio to start the game. There's always little unexpected troubleshooting errors that you can't quite replicate pregame, but should be all set to go now as Will Josephson tries to win that faceoff, get some support from his wingers, and the Wildcats use that to get possession. Now they're working at the point. McGovern with a quick shot. That one goes wide. Joseph Hull, number 6, drawing into the lineup for the Wildcats, the younger brother of Matthew Hull, who had a fantastic career here at the University of Arizona. So interested to see what the newest generation of Hull can bring. Now Brian Erickson fights to the slot, looking for an opportunity. Quick shot, and that one just goes wide. As the tenacious as ever, Brian Erickson tries to get the Wildcats on the board early. Definitely a penalty-killing specialist. He's taken over Connor Ziegler's role on that number 1 PK unit with Josephson, and last night, Erickson was out there laying out the body, still blocking shots when the Wildcats were up with an 8-goal differential. So just an absolute contender at heart. 13:01 left to go. Adam Stevenson getting his first start as a Wildcat in the net. So definitely excited to see what Adam Stevenson can do playing in a tandem with Hayden Gould over the course of this season. Gould had a fantastic first game in his Wildcats debut. Did give up a couple power play goals late in the game, but some extended 5-on-3 time really gave the Aztecs the momentum. But now taking it over the blue line here, Gibson tries to seal off his man, the Wildcat Shetland. Good effort there to get back to the puck. Now Shetland goes to use his speed with Hughes. Hughes down the near boards. Quick shot, looking for a pad rebound. Just popped over Tyler Shetland's stick. A good job there by Liam D to pad that one with authority to make sure Tyler Shetland didn't have an easy goal in the blue paint. So now in transition, the Aztecs look to wind it up over the blue line. Aiden Barbie was hounded there by Ari Rossi all the way across and was just forced to dump it in. Now Lachlan Gibson, my apologies, behind the net trying to find Hughes on the outlet, not able to connect. And the Aztecs will get another offensive zone face-off as Hudson Phillips gets there first. So the Wildcats do get the season home opening win to start off this 24-25 campaign, looking to follow it up tonight. A lot of good offensive details, but some defensive details and some penalty discipline to work on here tonight. So Hughes in to take the face-off against Colby Hennessy. Aztecs do a good job using their wings and support to crash the face-off dot and get possession. Hughes staples his man into the boards. Nice little move to create a little bit of space. As Hughes decides to dump it over the red line, Wildcats are going to change out a couple players behind him. Vilhauer gets in on the forecheck, but it comes to Mason Brown first. And now Brown goes cross ice over the blue line, but a great read there by Carter Hanrahan to pick that puck off. But yet again, Wildcats another icing. With 11:35 left to go in the first period, Wildcats a little bit too content to just dump that off the boards and out. but they were able to get a full line change behind the play. So Curley out there with Vilhauer and Swiger, Baird and McGovern on the back end. Baird and McGovern, both new Wildcats this season, a D pair we're most likely going to see a whole lot of as they complement each other's games very well. Baird, 6'4", off skates, great stay-at-home defenseman, very defensively responsible, high hockey IQ. And then Chris McGovern, who's quarterbacking that second power play unit, much more of the offensive defender, but quick chance there off the faceoff, gets deflected, but the Aztecs are able to keep possession. This one ringed around the boards for Brandon Mayer, where the Wildcats fight the possession off at the blue line. As Baird looks to set things up now with his D partner. Baird catches an edge, a chance out in front, but they can't get a clean shot off. Stevenson is flailing in the crease, back to the slot, another quick shot, and that gets blocked. So just like that, all it took was one little skating error from Baird, who just caught an edge, went down, and the Aztecs get a golden opportunity. And I think the refs are going to call that one offsides, even though it looked incredibly clean, but that'll come back out of the zone. So a lot of panic there in the U of A crease, as number 16, Colby Hennessy, almost had a wide open opportunity on the back door. That's the one thing the players have to be aware of, is the TCC ice. Not always the most forgiving, but the Wildcats get away with one with 10:56 left to go, and Stevenson gets a chance to practice his yoga in the net. But a great job by Stevenson to seal off any and every opportunity. Josephson in a battle behind the net. San Diego State able to roll off the pressure, knock it off the boards. No one can find it, but it rolls onto the stick of Marcus Kim. That gets poked away by Hodgson. Kim tries to throw it out in front. Stevenson deflects it back of the net. The Aztecs looking like a much different team here tonight as they look for a tip out in front, and the Wildcats just look like they're a step behind at the moment. 10-16 as Swiger takes it down the near boards. Swiger, nice little move there to get the puck in deep. Josephson drives hard to the net. Swiger, puck just rolls off of his stick. Gibson, though, with a nice pull off the boards and a quick shot, and that one barely goes wide, almost wrong foots D. There's a good opportunity there for Gibson. So now he'll head up, wraps it around the boards. Ari Rossi getting it on the forecheck. He meets two opposing Aztecs in that corner, but Brian Erickson pulls it out of the pile. Erickson, Gibson. Now Gibson looking to create a bit of space. Gets away from the check, tries to fire it out into the slot, just not able to connect. Mason Brown did a good job pressuring Gibson. Stevenson, very cool, calm, and composed as two Aztecs were flying into the zone. And that's one thing Tanner Harris had talked about a lot in practice. Gould and Stevenson have very different styles of net minding. Stevenson, much more aggressive, likes to play the puck, come out of his crease much more. And we'll see how the Aztecs adapt to a much different looking goalie. So a battle along the boards. Good job there by Rossi to not put Mason Brown too hard into the boards and take a penalty. So that one gets deflected over the glass. So that responsibility pays off as Rossi holds up on a check, but the Aztecs don't, as number 10, Cameron Faraz, heads to the box, and the Wildcats will head on to the power play. Yet again, their second time this period. Gives them a chance to settle things down offensively and try to get on the board, get that confidence going. When the Wildcats did score early last night, they started playing much more freely, much more confidently. And it wasn't until late in the game where the Wildcats started taking a ton of penalties that the San Diego State Aztecs were able to get a couple back against Hayden Gould. So a little media intermission here, something new at the University of Arizona hockey games here at the Tucson Arena. Some good timing for the Wildcats as they're able to draw up a power play. Coach Berman's able to explain where he wants everyone going. With Dylan Walker, number 16, drawing back into the lineup. Excited to see what he can do on this power play unit. Such a creative offensive player. Great at slowing things down, great hands, makes moves. Gives players opportunities to get open as he draws a lot of attention. But the onus will be on the San Diego State penalty killers to shut down yet another U of A power play. So it's going to be Shetland, Hughes, Walker, and Hanrahan, with McGovern quarterbacking the power play from the point. Excited to see what Hanrahan can bring to this unit. Incredible scorer with the Powell Islanders, a captain, won a championship with Owen Vilhauer, but Walker just not able to contain that face-off win. So 2 minutes for the San Diego State Aztecs on the penalty kill. And now McGovern over to Hanrahan. Hanrahan tries to look for the cross-seam pass, but a good read there by Lucas Bellig. And now Hanrahan, quick shot right into the logo of D, so he holds on to that one. Some good puck movement there, but those telegraphed cross-seam passes are going to be very hard to pull off, as San Diego State University did have fantastically active sticks in last night's game on their penalty kill. So Hughes in to take the face-off, wins that one beautifully to McGovern, and now Dylan Walker. McGovern from the point with a quick shot, a big rebound comes out. So McGovern, shot first mentality. Now Hanrahan, back to McGovern. Walker, down low to Shetland. Shetland backdoor for Hanrahan, and a fantastic save by D, as he has great lateral movement there to seal off the post with the pad, as the Wildcats got the exact play they were looking for, but now maybe they can get some numbers up ice. Dylan Walker waits, holds, tries to go back to Shetland, but they just can't connect. And Walker, his ability to slow things down, shown there, a blast from the point. That one gets deflected. Hanrahan trying to create some chaos out in front of the net in a battle there with Patrick Morris. So now Shetland waits, holds, and that one gets deflected up into the netting. So the Wildcats with a couple great opportunities, but just not able to convert. 37 seconds left to go in the power play, 7:37 left to go in the first period, all tied at 0. Wildcats and the Aztecs have been trading opportunities so far in this game. So now Jack Curley in to take the face-off. Good support there as Vilhauer came in to win the face-off as Curley tied up his man. Now Jack Curley tries to go backdoor yet again to Ari Rossi, but Aztecs aware of that play, as that's what they're trying to seal off the most. Wildcats got to try to get a couple shots and rebounds here. Curley, that one just rolls off of his stick. Baird's able to recover and hold it in at the blue line. So now Jack Curley waits with a quick shot, and D, good job to seal the 5-hole there with the stick. Doesn't let an easy rebound pop out. San Diego State can't get it past Jack Curley. As he decides to go low, comes out to the slot, quick shot on D, puck still loose, and there's certainly going to be a bit of a scrum out in front of the net, but nothing quite like last night. So the Wildcats, Curley just decides to hold that on his backhand and drive the net, and that will do it for the power play. So we are trying to get the clock camera fixed as much as possible. Using a new camera for our clock this season. A little bit different look on the equipment side of things, so thinking the battery might have died on that one, so we'll have to get up a different timer. Everything's a bit of an experiment up at the booth right now. A lot of new equipment trying to improve the broadcast, but sometimes when you fix something that's not broken, you pay for it. But the Wildcats really want to get some offensive pressure here as Hull goes across the line to Hodgson. Now Josephson trying to feed it into the slot, but only finds the skates of the Aztecs, as now they look to move in transition. Wildcats though, now Brian Erickson with a chance, tries to feed it across, but a great diving block by Hudson Phillips. Wildcats trying to keep the pressure on. So Erickson trying to get the pass across, but Hudson Phillips denies him with the layout. So not able to get across the line cleanly was Marcus Kim. So I do think the camera clock is getting back on here, and like I said, we decided to try to fix some things that weren't broken. And unfortunately, sometimes that requires a bit more trial and error than we would certainly like. But it should be popping up pretty soon here. 6:17 left to go. It is a slight improvement, though, considering we didn't have a clock at all last game as we were trying to find a solution between last night and tonight. So now a chance for San Diego State. That one, the shot from Mason Brown gets sticked wide. Possible 3-on-2 if the Wildcats can hustle. Shetland, nice little move, but not able to get past the second layer. And up at center ice, Mason Brown was cherry picking. He gets the puck back. Mason Brown skates around Gibson, but can't skate around Shetland. So now Lachlan Gibson, his D partner in Busby this game. The Wildcats can't get it out. Quick shot there and a good save by Stevenson. So Adam Stevenson has looked very solid in his first start. Hasn't been tested a lot as the Wildcats have taken away a lot of shooting lanes and stuff and things of that nature. But Stevenson, a lot of hockey left to play in this game, but if Gould and Stevenson can both come out with wins after this game, it'll certainly be a good sign for Wildcat hockey. So now Jack Curley hops onto that puck, feeds it cross ice. Good hustle by Vilhauer. He's just not able to skate onto that puck, but Walker comes out with it. Now looking for a quick shot. That one from Baird gets blocked. San Diego State not afraid to lay out the body either. Walker looking for a shooting lane. Finds Curley. Curley with a quick shot, and D is centered to it. So certainly number 31, Liam D, looking very impressive as he came in relief in last night's game. And he looks dialed in and ready to stop pucks as Curley. Good job there to not pass up the opportunity for a quick shot. Not able to generate a rebound. But Jack Curley, a player who came in halfway through last season, really changed the offensive dynamics. So now Owen Vilhauer in to take the faceoff. 5:12 left to go in the first period. All tied at 0 as the Wildcats on the power play have had some great opportunities. Walker tries to put the pressure on, but San Diego State just decides to knock that one in deep. So now a 3-on-2. Walker, that one's going to be offsides as well. So what looked like a good rush could be developing just did not pan out for the Wildcats as that faceoff will come outside the San Diego State zone. 4:52 left to go in the first period. So Curley out there to take the face-off once again against Zachary Strozas. Baird able to tie up his man, but it's going to be plenty of room for Luke Demare. A beautiful shot and a better blocker save by Adam Stevenson. As Demare does not turn down his first opportunity in a long time for the Aztecs. Baird gets it across. McGovern connects with Vilhauer. Now Vilhauer trying to go back to Walker with a shot, and he scores! What a pass from Vilhauer! And what a great job by Dylan Walker to get a stick on that one and open the scoring for the Wildcats with a little less than 5 to go. So Dylan Walker draws back into the lineup and makes an immediate impact. But what a job there by Owen Vilhauer to somehow find Dylan Walker streaking through 2 Aztec players. And I don't think D thought they were going to be able to get a shot off there. Might have surprised him a bit, but Dylan Walker, his first goal of the season. So good to see him back on the board, and this Wildcat fan base finally gets something to cheer for here. And now Tristan Swiger feeds it to Josephson with a beautiful shot attempt on D as they try to go from low out to the slot, and Josephson almost makes it 2-0 very quickly there. So the Wildcats with some offensive prowess to take into the locker room. Certainly excited about seeing Dylan Walker get on the board. It was a 4-0 scoreline after the first last night, but the Wildcats will certainly take it in that first goal. Josephson with a great opportunity as Swiger just couldn't get enough on that one. So the goal scored by number 16, Dylan Walker, assisted by Vilhauer. So Liam D, who has been fantastic so far in net, gets beat late in the first period, and now the Wildcats will look to build upon that first breakthrough. So the Wildcats here are going to be on the penalty kill as Tristan Swiger goes to the box. So it'll be the first power play for San Diego State with 4:02 left. So just as the Wildcats get that momentum off of the first goal of the game, now they're going to have to try to build some momentum on a penalty kill. Josephson and Erickson out there as the forwards. Cosden on the back end with Hunter Hodgson. That four-man unit will be tasked with killing off this penalty. Great opportunity there as they were trying to look back door and find Mason Brown. Just didn't connect. Now at the point, a little bit of miscommunication, but the Aztecs get a good shot out of it. Couldn't get past the screen of his own man. Shooting from the point was Aiden Barbie. Now Barbie holds again. Quick shot. That one gets all the way through, but barely goes wide on the glove side of Stevenson. Brian Erickson, great effort there to get that one all the way down the ice. 1:13 left to go on the power play for San Diego State as Mason Brown tries to find the clean breakout and into the Wildcat zone. Back to Brown. Brown with a good move there to go wide. Busby tries to tie him up. Hughes in support. But the Aztecs come away with it, but a good active stick there. So now a little bit of setup time for the Aztecs. They look to go backdoor yet again. And the Wildcats have given up two great opportunities, but Mason Brown couldn't finish that one off. If he was able to elevate it over Stevenson, could have been a goal there. But Stevenson did get across laterally incredibly quickly, so good on him to be aware, see that pass is coming. It was telegraphed, but sometimes you overcommit to that backdoor pass, opens up the near post for a shot. 46 seconds left to go on the penalty kill, 2:47 to go in the period. Offensive zone face-off. Vilhauer not able to win that. Aztecs looking for a shot. They get one, and that one just goes wide once again. San Diego State not concerned with overpassing, certainly concerned with the shots. So now at the point, great setup here, and Stevenson square to it, but it just goes wide once again. 22 seconds left to go, and Swiger will be coming out of the box, held here at the line by Elras. That one gets sticked over the top of the net. So Vilhauer shadowing his man. Good job there by Lucas Bellig to come give his teammate some support as the pass just didn't fully connect. So now Vilhauer comes out to pressure Bellig, waiting, decides to go wide and low on purpose. Swiger out of the box, back to 5-on-5. Some fresh Wildcats against some tired Aztecs. Swiger trying to go middle, just too many sticks in the lane. Tristan Swiger hoped to see his confidence with the shot, but Baird, a lot of confidence to throw a hit as he destroys his man into the boards. John Baird, such an imposing figure on the ice. I was talking with Tanner Harris, maybe the only player we've seen who somehow looks smaller in gear than out of it. 6'4" off skates, closer to 6'7" on skates. So a lot of size and grit added on the back end by Chad Berman in this offseason. 1:12 left to go in the period. Erickson, a little bit of Keystone Cops there with Ari Rossi. But the puck comes back to the Wildcats. Now Michael Pizzo, who had a hat trick last game. A little bit quiet so far this game. Wildcats do get onside with 56 seconds left to go in the period. San Diego State looking for one last rush. They get it in deep. It was a good job by Hennessy to create some setup here. A great board battle by Demare, but just not able to maintain possession long enough. And now Ari Rossi Michael Pizzo head down across the line, working with Joseph Hull. Coming in was Carter Hanrahan.
Battle along the boards there against two Aztecs. Hennessy gets that one poked away from him. Quick shot. That one goes wide. 20 seconds left to go in the period. So now Hull drops it down low. Hanrahan trying to get to it. Puck was loose, but a quick whistle as the refs lost sight of the puck. So an unfortunate break there for the Wildcats as D was not able to hold on to that one cleanly, but they don't get a second opportunity out of it. 11.6 left to go in the period. Wildcats with one more chance off of a face-off win to get another shot on goal. So in the intermission, we will do our best to get these technical issues cleared up. Audio should be good now. We'll work on the clock camera. And as the season goes on, everything will go smoother, hopefully. Quick shot here from Hull, and that one just gets deflected with Hanrahan out in front. 5 seconds left to go in the period. Shetland gets stapled against the boards. Hanrahan tries to fire one last shot. D holds the post and sticks it to the back of the net, and that'll do it for the first period. Wildcats up 1-0. Great showing from Adam Stevenson so far in net. We'll be back to bring you the second period in just a little bit. Thank you for being with us on the YouTube channel. This is Wildcat Hockey.
heading into the home weekend. A little bit of a different look for you in practice on those lines. How has it felt so far playing with Hughes and Hanrahan?
I mean, it's been awesome. The way those two can create space out there is really special, and they're both just as skilled, as good as they are at creating space. And I think we're going to have a lot of flow out there, and it's going to look good when games come around.
A little bit of a different look with the leadership core this season. No captain quite yet, but you, Josephson, Chioka doing it by committee. How has that been working with those two other players, to kind of form that leadership group?
That's been awesome. It's been such a good breath of fresh air for all of us. It's super nice when the guys can look and have three guys that, just have those voices that they can look to, and, and they're looking for examples and who they want to be like, and, what kind of a player they want to turn into. We'd hope that they look to us three, and, hopefully we can carry us the rest of the way.
You've been playing here at the U of A for a couple of years now. You know what that feeling is like when this building is going, that energy in the crowd. How excited are you just as a player to get back on the ice and get this season rolling?
I'm super pumped. I mean, you wait all summer for it. You wait all spring for it. We're all just super excited to be back and hopefully win some games here.
Heading into the home weekend here, how is the defensive core looking different from last season, and what have you seen out of them that you're excited about?
Yeah, we're super excited about our core. We got 90 who can really play. I mean, Lachlan Gibson's coming in, moving pucks really well. Chris McGovern, stud offensively. Bosby, of course, I played with him a bunch last year. He's great. Baird, big, lengthy D, and obviously Hunter Hodge, new D partner this year, so really easy to play with. Kind of frees me up, so it's awesome.
As a defender, looking at the two new goalies who have come in as well, is there a little bit of a sense of, maybe I can play with a bit more freedom, especially as you're an offensive kind of guy, knowing that you've got someone, pretty solid to bail you out? Tita did a great job last year, but two new guys in that position.
Yeah, all four of our goalies are great, and knowing that I can kind of be free out there and they have my back is awesome. All of them look fantastic in practice, and especially the two new guys, we're super excited to get them or see them get after it. So, yeah.
And speaking of your new D partner, playing with Hodge so far in practice, how do you think his game has grown over the past 3 seasons?
Yeah, out of a guy who didn't play juniors and stuff, coming in here young, he's a stud. He plays with a bit of bite to his game, which I love, and he doesn't take stuff from anyone, and he's a tough player to play against and moves pucks great. So I'm super excited to play with him, and and get after it.
First game of the season, first goal, how are we feeling?
I mean, awesome. Glad to get back out there with the boys. Glad to be able to produce early. Just hoping to get a win.
All right, thank you.
So welcome back, Wildcat fans, to the Tucson Arena as the U of A hits the ice to start the second period, coming in with a 1-goal lead. With about less than 5 minutes left, Dylan Walker was able to finish off a fantastic pass from Owen Vilhauer. We are working on that clock issue in the intermission, trying to get everything set and dialed early here in the season. That's why I'm very envious of the big clubs at this level that get the preseason to work all of this out. Unfortunately for us, we have to do our preseason prep in the middle of a live game. But the Wildcats, they have some work to do improvement-wise on the ice as well. They came into the second period with a 4-0 lead last night. Were able to double it to 8-0 by the end of the second. So 20 minutes, going to be hard to catch up to that scoreline. But Liam D in net for San Diego State has been fantastic so far for the Aztecs. And we do have a backup system in place this period for the camera if we get some more issues with the clock camera. But let's just focus on hockey. The technical details don't matter as long as the U of A is winning. So a quick possession off the opening faceoff, dumped in behind the net. Good job by Brandon Mayer to escape the pressure. Hoist that one high and down the ice. Busby gets there first and finds Rossi. So Michael Pizzo out there on an opening shift. Good physical play there at the red line to stop the progress of Erickson, but he keeps fighting through, but the puck comes out to Colby Hennessy. Colby Hennessy looks to drive the middle. Lachlan Gibson gets a little bit tied up there with Stevenson. That allows the Aztecs to keep possession, but a big hit along the boards by Ari Rossi, but the puck comes loose and almost a wide open net. So love the physical play, but the defensive metrics are the most important ones here. So now San Diego State working it along the boards. Wildcats trying to get it out. Great job to hold it in at the line there by Mason Brown. Brown skates onto that puck, gets around Gibson, tries to go to the slot. Everyone looking the wrong direction, but Adam Stevenson, head on a swivel, comes out to shut down the angle. So to start the second period, 18:45 left to go. Some scrambling hockey here from the Wildcats. Great block there by Brian Erickson yet again on Lucas Bellig. And now Pizzo, he'll throw it down the ice and the Wildcats will change behind him. So San Diego State once again starting the period off with more of a jump than the Wildcats. Tumbling puck onto Stevenson. He decides to play it. Baird gets there first. And McGovern will try to settle things down, but he's got Aztecs coming from both directions. Throws it off the side of the net, can't connect. And that one barely goes wide on Stevenson as the Wildcats seem very kind of lost in their own systems right now. But Shetland with a chance. Hanrahan tries to make a move, loses the puck in that motion. 6 players deep as Hughes comes away with it, fights off a check, gets it back to the point. Quick chance here. Not able to be corralled down by Hanrahan. But now McGovern with a quick shot. That hits a body out in front. Puck stays loose. Aztecs with a lot of hustle in their game, not allowing the Wildcats any time and space to set up as it's just dumped in there by Brandon Grant. So broadcast team, on-ice team, lots of mistakes to work out of our game at the moment. Hopefully as this game goes on, that'll be the case. Great pass by Baird to Hanrahan. Now Hanrahan across the line, a great diving block there to take away that opportunity. Hodgson gets to it first. Can't connect with Walker. A quick turnaround shot by Vilhauer. And D seals off the near post. So the Wildcats with a good couple, 3-4 shots here to begin the period. But San Diego State doing a very good job applying pressure themselves. Thank you so much for everyone tuning into the broadcast. We're always open to criticism and comments as it does make us aware to the issues that we can't figure out from up here in the booth. And as the season rolls on, get all those problems ironed out as quickly as possible as Walker comes in to take this face-off. Vilhauer not able to get to it first, but 4 players along the boards from the Wildcats makes it so San Diego State doesn't get an easy out. Vilhauer takes his man down to the ice. Punishing hit there on Hollingsworth by Vilhauer. But San Diego State with multiple Wildcat forwards collapsing down low. leaving a lot of room for the Aztecs to try to get it back to the point. So far, they haven't been able to. Walker not able to get it past. Quick shot there. It was teed up right away by Sean Yo. Aztecs knock it back into the zone. Hunter Hodgson in for retrieval, paired with Joseph Hull on this D pair. Hull getting his first start as a Wildcat. So now Hodgson finds Curley at the blue line. Curley into the zone, tries to go middle to Slack. That gets broken up. Eddie Slack able to pull it out of the skates. Now Slack back to Walker. Walker dancing at the blue line, doesn't lose the puck, but does lose the zone entry. Walker just being hounded by the Aztecs. And that one will go all the way down the ice, but icing waved off. Good job by Busby to hold that one in at the point. Slack just can't quite connect there with Tristan Swiger. So the Wildcats dump that one back in. Couple players changing behind them. Slack, good job there to pull it off the boards. Quick shot. That one never got through onto D. And puck goes 200 feet once again. So after what seemed like little of a contest in terms of the scoreline when it came to 8-0 for the Wildcats after two, a very different looking game here, but now a chance for Slack. Quick shot. That one ricochets off the glove of D. Turnaround chance, and that one went through the 5-hole and out the other side as Eddie Slack almost cleans up his own rebound. But San Diego State with a bit of a good break there as Slack just could not find the back of the net. So now Josephson trying to work it around, but San Diego State comes away with it. Interesting to see, or it'd be interesting to hear exactly what the changes were in the San Diego State locker room, but they look like a drastically different team here on this Friday evening. So now Big John Baird behind the net. Cameron Faraz circles down, trying to pick off an outlet pass. Baird dances around him. Baird gets it all the way deep. Michael Pizzo going to try to race to it first, but Barbie doesn't make it easy on him. Quick shot there going wide, but D does a good job to just glove that one and settle things down in the San Diego State zone. 14-14 left to go in the second period, as luckily the clock camera has stayed alive so far, hoping that's the case for the remainder. But Ari Rossi really needs to win this faceoff. The Wildcats haven't had a lot of sustained zone pressure throughout this game. It's been a lot of one and dones. So the Wildcats need to start adapting a little bit more. Cleaner passes, more confidence in terms of where their line mates are going to be. It's been some scrambly hockey here, but now Brian Erickson, he looks to drive behind the net and does. Quick turnaround. Good job by Barbie there to seal off the pass to Pizzo, but the Wildcats keep possession. Working it at the point. Hodgson was calling for the puck, but Hull decides to go back down low. Now Rossi over to Hodgson. Hodgson to Hull. Hull with a quick shot. Great block there. Never got through on D. Rossi tries to throw it middle, and another great diving block, as the Aztecs have not had any hesitation in their game to get in front of pucks, which is something you have to respect. As Brandon Mayer dived to shut down that cross-crease pass, but it will be an icing as the puck comes back into the San Diego State zone. So last night's result does not seem indicative of the quality of hockey that San Diego State is able to play, but a lot of time left here in this game. 13:28 in the period. Now Shetland with a quick shot. D, good block, good glove save there, but the rebound comes out. Busby, little touch pass back to Hanrahan. Now down low to Busby. They try to go back to the slot. Hanrahan with a shot. I don't think D ever saw that one, but good job to seal off the bottom of the net and get a pad on that. So there's a couple good opportunities there from the Wildcats, but D, good positioning, bails him out there, as I don't think he had vision of that. A little bit of an errant pass up the middle of the ice, but Busby recovers with the poke check. Stevenson comes out to play it, doesn't get enough to settle it down. Chance there out in front was just ahead of the stick, so maybe a chance here as Hughes brings it over the blue line. Couple nice moves, but the Aztecs play the body and not the puck, and that opportunity gets shut down. So now McGovern hard into the boards with two Aztecs closing in. They come away with possession, but they only find Owen Vilhauer. This is the line that scored, now Dylan Walker, but a great back check there. Breaks up any opportunity he might have been hoping for. So Hollingsworth doing a good job keeping his feet moving and staying with the U of A forward on the back check. But that one will head all the way down for icing. Definitely a much quicker period in the second here. Already almost 8 minutes gone, not a whole lot of whistles. Wildcats have cleaned up the icings a bit. No special teams so far. So now Jack Curley comes in to take the face-off. Face-off so important in terms of establishing pressure, but San Diego State, good win there. Hollingsworth again gets a face-off win, but the Wildcats get possession right back. So now dancing with the puck, trying to find some room, and he does, is Dylan Walker. Gets it to McGovern. Back to the point to Baird. Looking for a little floater shot in, but gets gloved down once again. So Hollingsworth kind of doing it all for the Aztecs at the moment. Icing waved off. Wildcats try to get it out of the zone, but read very cleanly there by Brown, and it's sealed off, so almost a dangerous turnover. Luckily doesn't develop into much. Walker trying to slowly advance it down the boards, but not able to. Brown with a good move, but a great defensive play by McGovern. Now the Wildcats, little bit of room here as they come in. Wait, and they score! What patience and what poise and finesse by Vilhauer to finish off that goal. The Aztecs a bit unlucky there as the player took a bit of a spill catching an edge, but Vilhauer makes the most of his opportunity as he skates in with no hesitation and fires one past Liam D. You got a feel for the defender there as he unfortunately just goes down trying to skate backwards and take away the room. But Vilhauer with his first goal as a Wildcat, that's his second point of the night. And the Wildcats with hopefully a good bit of momentum there. And thank you for the correction. Yeah, number 61 for San Diego State is Braden Mayer, not Brandon. My apologies for that. So the Wildcats get a 2-goal lead here in the second period. Joseph Hull goes back to pick that one up. Wildcats with a chance here to build off of that goal, get some momentum going. Hodgson tied up behind the back of the net. Play continues though, no penalty on the play, so Hodgson gets involved with the extras, but no problem for the refs in their eyes. So speaking of number 61, Braden Mayer, great burst of speed all the way down the ice, gets a shot on Stevenson. So right after the Wildcats score, San Diego State comes right back with a lot of energy. And we didn't see a lot of the extracurriculars and things getting mixed up until the third period when the Wildcats had an 8-goal lead. But San Diego State, with how this game has gone, have to feel like they're right there at the moment if they can try to turn the tide a bit. So maybe it'll be an individual effort or special teams, but the Wildcats need to keep this 5-on-5, not get involved in the extra stuff, and just keep cool, composed heads, as after San Diego State, 3 matchups against ASU, and then UNLV comes into this building for their 2 games in Tucson. And ASU and UNLV. ASU, of course, the historic rival of the University of Arizona. But over the years, UNLV has become a secondary rival as those matches get incredibly heated. So the Wildcats face-off comes back into their zone. Offensive zone face-off for San Diego State. Waved out of the face-off dot is Rossi. Well, Rossi will come right back in since it was an icing. Good job to win that face-off. Rimmed around the boards. Not able to be picked up, though, by Erickson. Over the line, not able to find the first man, but finds Erickson on the second. Good glove save there by D as Rossi was skating through the paint, trying to find a deflection. So Erickson Rossi and Pizzo trying to bring some energy, get a couple more opportunities on D. The shot count much lower than yesterday, but the Wildcats still with a 2-goal lead. And this is ACHA D1 hockey for anyone watching who's curious about whether this is D1 or D2. This is D1 as San Diego State attempts to put some pressure on. Can Erickson make something out of this? Erickson one-on-one, bobbling puck, just will not settle down for him as Brian Erickson stayed with that the whole way, but Brian Elras also stuck with him, but the puck just would not stick. But the Wildcats still with a tough board battle here. 4 players trying to drag something out of the pile. Erickson goes down, but McGovern comes away with it. Now McGovern with a quick shot and a lot of traffic out in front. D reacted very late to that one. Just too many bodies in the way. Pizzo, that one's too hot to handle in the slot. And the Aztecs happy to get the pressure valve opened. So Baird and McGovern, they'll go cross ice. Looking for a lead out pass for Hughes, and it works out. Now Justin Hughes with a shot, and he scores! Justin Hughes with a fantastic finish as the Wildcats take a 3-0 lead. Baird was looking for the outlet pass to Hughes. It didn't work out cleanly, but all that matters is how it worked out in the end. So Justin Hughes comes up big to give the Wildcats yet another tally. And now with a 3-0 lead, gotta feel like on this next shift, San Diego State's coming out ready to fly as they did, as they responded great after that goal from Vilhauer. But 2 great goals by Vilhauer and Hughes, just beating the goalie clean one-on-one. So the TCC crowd shows their appreciation for the excitement. 9:09 left to go in the second period. What a release on the wrist shot from Justin Hughes. And talking with Chad Berman in practice leading up to this home weekend, he thought Justin Hughes was perhaps the best overall player on the ice, doing a little bit of everything. And as a tall, lanky, rangy center, a bit of a coach's dream when you can win face-offs, do the defensive work, and then also finish off scoring opportunities like that. So Liam D, who has been fantastic in net for the Aztecs, unfortunately, one bad break with a defender going down, and then a bit of a assist there from the Aztecs defender knocking that puck down, but it was the awareness of Hughes to find it, quick burst of speed. Those quick, long strides, separates and finishes the opportunity. So the Wildcats doing a great job of being opportunistic when they're given the chance. So Hanrahan gets it over to Hughes. Hughes with a nice move, but a great job there by Braden Mayer to take away the opportunity. Doesn't allow Hughes to dance around him. Now Braden Mayer once again down to Baird. Baird buries him. But the Aztecs return the favors. There's a couple huge hits behind the back of the net. So now at the point, they look to work it around. Good burst of speed here. Some good rotation, confusing the Wildcat defenders. That one, Stevenson looked behind him for a second. I don't even think he realized he had it. But Stevenson with another good stop to keep his strong start as a Wildcat going. 8:28 left to go in the second period. Goals for the Wildcats coming from Dylan Walker, Owen Vilhauer, and Justin Hughes. And that's Hughes, Vilhauer's, and Walker's first goals of the season. So good to see 3 different Wildcats on the board creating offense and scoring some big goals in what's been a much differently paced game than than last night's. So the Aztecs still trying to work it around. Mason Brown wasn't able to hold it in. Now a 2-on-1 opportunity. Walker, a great diving poke check. So much credit to be given there to Sean Yo as he lays out and takes away the 2-on-1. What a decisive move there to not give Walker any time or opportunity to even think. So, but Walker gloves that one down. Walker with a quick shot and a good active stick by Hudson Phillips knocks that one over the top of the net. But in transition, here comes Cameron Faraz. But Walker reads that, picks up the puck, dances around a couple. Now it's a 2-on-1 yet again. Walker waits, goes back door, and Curley just not able to get a stick on it. What playmaking ability by Dylan Walker. And a huge slap shot there, cracks the twig in half. That's going to be an expensive night for Jack Curley as he was looking to absolutely rip that one. A great steal here by Josephson. Tries to go back to Swiger. Puck still loose D. What a pad save. Barely found the puck at the last second. Kicks the pad out and denies the opportunity. But now the Wildcats starting to buzz in the offensive zone. Josephson gets to it first. He skates it past the dead wood. Down below the net. Eddie Slack, quick turnaround shot, and D holds the post. Busby, quick one-timer. Didn't quite get all of that one. Was Tristan Swiger as that one just went wide. So now all alone waiting for reinforcements. Good job there by Moretti to just get it into the corner. And they're able to follow up that opportunity, but good active stick by the Wildcats to make sure nothing gets on Stevenson. Battle in the corner. Good job there to apply the hit, but not too much pressure, and that puck flies up into the stands. So that's one way to alleviate pressure. In the ACHA, there is no delay of game call penalty, luckily, for the Wildcats. Offensive zone faceoff for San Diego State. So despite the Wildcats being up 3-0, have to give a lot of credit to the San Diego State Aztecs defensive core, as players like Sean Yo have done a fantastic job of taking away opportunities throughout the course of this game. Lucas Bellig listed as a forward, but he's been very, very good defensively as well. So 6:13 left to go in the second period. Wildcats up 3-0. Good job there by McGovern to seal off the boards and get it back in deep. That allows Pizzo to race in. Rossi comes in, throws a hit of his own. Wildcats looking for the forecheck. And there's going to be a penalty here against McGovern. I think that's going to be an interference call as he's tried to take away the drive to the blue line, but just impeded the player's ability to get past him far too much as they collided. Looked a little bit more like incidental contact. So with 5:55 left to go in the second period, the Aztecs will go on the power play as Stevenson gets ready to see this #1 power play unit from the Aztecs. And with the momentum on their side, this will be a huge kill for the Wildcats to get out of the second period with hopefully a clean sheet. Josephson in to take the face-off against Marcus Kim. Kim able to win it back, so the Aztecs will set up. Now Cameron Faraz works it at the point, so a tripping call going against McGovern. Hodgson comes out to pressure his man. Now over to Kim. Kim back to the point, tries to go for the big slap shot, but unfortunately Faraz, for him, not able to connect cleanly. But a lot of good movement here as Stevenson holds the post. Wildcats try to clear it. Knocked down before it gets past the blue line as Hennigan gets it back to the point. Now back to Kim. Back to Faraz. Trying to go back to Kim once again through the slot. The pass has been there for the Aztecs, but they just haven't been able to connect. And the puck gets hammered all the way down the ice with 1:10 left to go in the power play. 5:02 left to go in the period. Miscommunication there as Hughes takes advantage. Hughes tries to go out to Walker, and that one I think just hit the side of the net. So Hughes flat on the ice with the puck under him. I think the Aztecs were hoping to give him a good shove to get him off of it, but not able to. So Justin Hughes and Dylan Walker are two very offensively talented players tasked with the penalty kill duties at the moment. A little bit of a different look on the PK for Chad Berman, but Hughes almost able to take advantage of that miscommunication between the Aztecs defenders. So in to take the face-off for the Aztecs will be Hollingsworth, and he does a good job to win that one and gain possession. Walker with a lot of good pressure, though, doesn't make the out of the zone easy, but now Aztecs are going to have a 3-on-2 coming across the line. Stevenson good save, no rebound. And the Aztecs looking to stir things up a little bit. Busby, he takes a shot. So Strozas was not having whatever Busby was given. Gave him a shot to the dome. And he's going to head to the box. And this is where the Wildcats were not able to keep themselves out of it when it kind of devolved into this type of pushing and shoving. But right now, as the Wildcats up 3-0, just give a good point to the scoreboard and let things keep playing on. Don't get involved. Just start to look towards the third period. So as Strozas, number 67, heads to the box for the Aztecs. McGovern still in the box for the Wildcats, but we're going to get 44 seconds of 4-on-4 here. And the Wildcats will have almost 1:20 of power play time with 4:38 left to go in the second period. And because of that penalty, face-off comes down into the Aztec zone. It'll be Mason Brown in to take the face-off against Tristan Swiger. Slack does a good job to read that. So now Slack trying to work it behind the net, but a nice little escape move there by Barbie. Not enough, though, as Slack gets right back on him. So now Swiger, he just loses a handle on the puck. Bit of a chaotic sequence as everyone just kind of goes flying. That puck won't get to anyone except an Arizona defender. Hodgson tries to ladle a nice little pass up to Swiger, but doesn't connect, looking to go middle. Wildcats recover. Slack, one hand on the stick, recovers Swiger. Wildcats want a change. Hodgson's going to have to make sure he stays with his dueling number 10 and Faraz. And McGovern out of the box, and now the Wildcats are on the Hogan Transportation power play. Hughes feeds it across. They look for the back door, but the puck was just too elevated for McGovern to be able to get a stick on it. But with a minute now on the power play, and some Aztecs who have been out there for a little while, McGovern feeds it across. They fake the one-timer. Back to McGovern. He fires a quick shot hard off the backboards. But Shetland wraps it around. No goal as D sprawls out and makes a great save as Shetland tries to capitalize on the hard rebound from the backboard. Certainly some lively boards here at the Tucson Arena. Hard slap shot from the point will create a rebound all on its own. So 46 seconds left to go on the power play. 3:23 left to go in the second period. Wildcats with 2 goals in the second coming from Hughes and Vilhauer. So now Hughes against his dueling number 9 and Marcus Kim. And with 46 seconds left, a huge face-off opportunity for Justin Hughes. Hughes able to win that one. Back to the point to Walker. Walker gets it on the backhand. Forehand, backhand, wraps it all the way around. Shetland collapses down low. Back to the point to McGovern, now to Walker. Back to McGovern, some good quick passing. Good chance there, and what a pad save again by D, who has been fantastic for the Aztecs. So now Walker. Walker tries to look for that pass yet again. He had a good shooting opportunity, but wanted to go back to Hanrahan. Hanrahan wins a tough battle, keeps possession. McGovern, Walker corrals it in his skates. Back to McGovern, quick wrist shot, and what a great block there by Grant to not allow the Wildcats a rebound opportunity. Now Walker down to Shetland, back out in front, and another huge pad save by Liam D as the Wildcats get exactly the opportunity they want, and Liam D shuts it down. What a fantastic pad save there. So now the Wildcats feed it quickly back up the ice. Working along the boards, trying to find Hanrahan in the middle. Can't do it. Puck still bouncing around. But as the power play expires, back to 5-on-5 hockey, trying to find the breakout pass. Goes all the way down for an icing, as that one was just in front of Cathal. 2:07 left to go in the second period. We will be back at the Tucson Arena October 4th at 7:30 p.m. as we welcome ASU into the Tucson Arena. The first game of the Cactus Cup Series for the season. First trip down I-10 for ASU. and then 2 games up in Phoenix, and then back in Tucson for 2 games against UNLV, a very important 5-game stretch. But now Rossi finds Pizzo in the middle, but after Pizzo had a hat trick last night, the Aztecs know that that's where he loves to set up, and they don't give him any opportunity to get a shot off. Now cool and collected over the line. Aztecs try to set it up, so a great entry by Bellig, but not able to connect on the pass. Pizzo, good speed across the line. It's onside. Erickson gets knocked down and then gets his helmet popped off, so a little bit of a sandwich hit there. He's not happy about it. So Erickson is going to have a little even more fire than usual. Such a feisty player to begin with. Off the ice, kid plans to be an astronaut. Somehow, for his size, benches 250 and plays like an absolute warrior on the penalty kill. Luckily, no worse for wear there after he gets the helmet knocked off, takes a bit of head contact. But this puck will come out of the zone. So in to take the face-off is Jack Curley against Cameron Frost. They win it. Walker quickly in, waits for an opportunity. Once again, Walker trying to get it back. Couple stick dangles, making everyone wonder where he's trying to go. Vilhauer back to Hodgson. They find Vilhauer again, but he can't dance through his man. Great defensive play there. And now a chance for Brown. Brown in, and he scores! So the Aztecs create a turnover at the blue line, and Mason Brown, with no hesitation, comes down the wing and beats Stevenson far side. Low blocker. And the Aztecs now only down by 2 with 1:16 left to go. And looking at that replay, that's just a case where Vilhauer tries to cut to a bit too dangerous of ice. Stevenson has a good look at it. But Brown, just with a better placement of the shot, right above the pad and below the blocker. So with 1:16 left to go, San Diego State all standing on the bench. After being down 8-0 after the second, 3-1 doesn't feel so bad whatsoever, but the Wildcats still with a good solid effort here. Swiger takes a huge hit against the boards. Now back to the point. Slack, quick turnaround, but not able to maintain possession. They hold it in at the point. Slack, great job there, skates away from the pressure. Eddie Slack around the perimeter, all around. Quick turnaround shot, and that one that might have hit D in the mask. Quick shot there. Swiger mixing it up in front of the net with Sean Yo, as Swiger tries to take away the eyes of Liam D. 40 seconds left to go in the second period. Justin Hughes will come out to take the face-off, try to get at least one more scoring opportunity. And Max Cathal for the Aztecs will try to do the opposite and shut it down. So a little discussion here between the refs as they skate over to the bench, trying to figure out exactly what's going on here. I haven't seen a delayed call like that in a very, very long time, if ever, as the refs get together and decide to send Swiger and Cathal into the box. So matching penalties there for a little bit too much in front of the net. Maybe the refs trying to get a lid on things early, not let anything get out of hand. As the refs are motioning, trying to get an Aztec player off the ice as it's 4-on-4. The Aztecs are going to have to figure out, someone's going to have to take a skate to the bench. And finally, they decide by committee that it's going to be Colby Hennessy. So Colby Hennessy, he skates to the bench, 4-on-4 for 2 minutes to finish off this period, and then into the third. So now Baird, Shetland, great job there to work it around, tries to drive and can't quite get the shot off. Now a chance out in front for Hughes, doesn't get through, another opportunity, and just can't get it through the wall of bodies. D doesn't even need to stop pucks when there's that many guys out in front. Hughes with another quick chance, and D covers that one. So only now 15 seconds remaining in the period as Shetland and Hughes almost combine to restore that 3-goal lead for the Wildcats. A nice little moment there as Swiger gives a puck to a young fan next to the penalty boxes. So Shetland in to take the face-off. 15.2 left to go. Shetland gets waved out. Hughes will come in. Refs decide they don't like that face-off either, so we'll do it one more time. As O'Brien was waved out. So Hughes back in, 14.7 seconds left. Hughes, good win there. McGovern just loses the stick handle, and then San Diego State not able to get a handle. It's pretty hard to hold on to the puck when you don't have a stick, and that'll do it for the end of the second period. As San Diego State gets one, the Wildcats get two. So in a 3-1 closely contested game, Wildcats with a lot of work to do in the third period. And we'll be back to bring you that after the intermission. Sebastian Janik, this is Wildcat Hockey. Heading here into the home opening weekend. It is your third season since you came in as a true freshman. How do you feel that your game has evolved over the past 3 seasons?
Yeah, I think it stems with confidence, more confident with the puck, playing more minutes, more important roles. It just helps me out overall.
Looking at your defensive partner so far in practice in Nicholas Chioka, how do you feel that your 2 games play off of one another?
Yeah, I think it's good. Both our games complement each other well. He's really easy to play with, and we're both pretty pumped to be playing with each other.
Definitely a different look for the D-Corps so far this season. What have you seen out of some of the new guys that's really impressed you so far?
Yeah, we lost a lot of pieces, but we gained a lot of good depth. So we got Gibby, he's big, strong defenseman. Gov, unreal with the puck. Big, lengthy guy with Baird, and as a whole, we're just deeper, and it's good. It's fun to play with.
How do you feel that, a lot of new guys this season, how do you feel the group has been on and off the ice integrating to get everyone into the flow of things?
It's good. I think we got a really tight group. Everyone seems to be loving each other, and we're all just super excited to get going for Thursday.
Another home opener for you at the TCC. How excited have you been, now that you're finally back on the ice after the offseason, ready to go?
Yeah, it's good. Like I said, we're super pumped, and everyone seemed like they had a pretty good offseason, and good start to the year. Boys are juiced, and we're excited to get going.
Just a couple more days here until the home opener. How are you feeling personally about getting ready to get the season started? And then, how has it been integrating the new guys and getting this group, together and ready to go as a team?
Personally, feeling good. Just got on the ice, started getting on the ice last week, and we had a great start. Honestly, I felt our first week was the best that I've had since I've been here in terms of a first week, and so yeah, it's exciting. And then for the new guys, seems like a lot of new guys this year, but it's been great. Every new guy seems like they come here with hockey as their priority, and that's been really great just to see their on ice preparation, and once we actually get on the ice as well, it's been really good. They fit right in, so it's been good.
A guy you've been playing with in practice, and Tristan Swigger, he took, a couple huge steps last season, kind of came out of nowhere. What have you seen out of his game that helps complement yours?
I think he's one of the better shooters we have. I was really excited to see that I was playing with Swigger, and last year he scored the first goal of the season in our home opener, so hopefully maybe he can do that again.
And especially, looking at center depth this season, Rue is not in at the moment, but guys like Curley, Hughes, you down the middle. How do you feel that center depth really improves, the ability for the wingers to play a bit more offensively, and then maybe for the defensemen to know that center is going to be a reliable two-way guy?
Yeah, I think that's big, especially we even have guys right now that are on the wing that I know for sure would be comfortable at center. Swigger would be comfortable there, Shetland's comfortable there. So to have depth through the middle is big. I mean, that's coming low for our D. Our D move pucks well, so just being there for them and getting the puck up is important.
And you've been playing here for a number of years. You know what this building is like when it's going, home opening excitement. Just how excited are you to get back to hockey and get back in front of these fans?
Yeah, really excited. Last home opener, so that's always really the most exciting weekend. There's nothing better than when there's people in here. So yeah, we've been counting down the days all summer, so really excited.
First goal in the ACHA, how does it feel?
It feels amazing. After missing all last year with an injury, it feels really good to get the first one. Hopefully a lot more.
All right, perfect, thank you.
Welcome back, Wildcat fans, as we get set to drop the puck on the third period here at the Tucson Arena. The Wildcats are taking a 3-1 lead into the third after San Diego State was able to get one back late in the period. So 20 minutes for the Wildcats to close out, a second win to start the season on home ice, and San Diego State with 20 minutes to play spoiler here at the Tucson Arena. Thank you so much for everyone for joining on the stream this Friday evening. We're so excited to bring you U of A hockey once again. Make sure to check our schedule for all of our home games here at the Tucson Arena that we will be broadcasting, and also keep an eye out on the U of A women's hockey schedule, as we will also be doing everything we can from the media team side of things to broadcast the women's hockey games on their YouTube channel. So a lot to like about the U of A's game in that second period, getting 2 goals to extend that lead to 3-0, but San Diego State not going out quietly as they get one back. So certainly some work here left to do for the Wildcats, who definitely want to come away with 2 wins on home ice before they welcome ASU into the building for the first game of the Cactus Cup Series. And then UNLV after that. Always a tough test when UNLV comes into this building. Have really kind of become a secondary rival for this U of A club in the previous couple seasons. UNLV having a great run at the national tournament last season. So become a team, a bit of a benchmark team for the Wildcats to see where they are at. So puck is dropped here in the third period. Busby will get the initial possession. So the Wildcats still with 1:10 left to go on the power play. So the Wildcats, they'll skate it over the blue line. Lachlan Gibson gets it in deep. Good job by Dylan Walker to break up that. Now behind the net, Vilhauer was trying to get it out in front, but the Aztecs do a good job defending. Trying to create a bit of offense on the penalty kill as Busby, dueling number 4s, takes Lucas Bellig out of the play. So the Wildcats on the power play here for the next 40 seconds. As Walker brings it over the line. Walker creates some space. Nice little move, but a good stick check by Bellig. Breaks it up. Baird tries to pinch down. Does a good job there to keep the play alive. My apologies, not a power play. I forgot it was that 2-minute matching penalties for 4-on-4 hockey. For some reason, I had that power play in my head, but it was Swiger and Sean Yo that got sent off late in the second period, matching penalties for roughing. So now Hughes, quick shot, blocked aside. Now Baird switches out with Tyler Shetland. Back to Baird. Baird behind the net, stapled into the board by Elras. So that will do it for the 4-on-4 as Yo comes out of the box. But now a chance out in front for Hughes. Tries to throw a nifty little backhand over the blocker, but not able to finish that one off. So now Yo once again, but the Wildcats recover. Good job there by Hanrahan. Hanrahan trying to get it back from Shetland, but it's just a little bit too far in front of him. Hard off the boards, high in the air. Comes down onto the stick of Hunter Hodgson. Now Joseph Hull. Hanrahan touches it down deep, and D will settle it down. So now Mayer behind the net, just waiting as everyone circles around. Damare circling up high. They're looking for that cherry-picking breakout pass, but they find another outlet through the middle. Hull puts it into the skates. Stays in the zone. Good big hit there by Tristan Swiger. But the puck stays in the zone. Slack takes away any time and space, and that puck is up into the netting. So the Wildcats, 17:34 left to go in the third period. Not nearly the offensive explosion that we saw from the Wildcats yesterday, but a good game so far nonetheless here at the Tucson Arena. So happy to be back and bringing you U of A hockey with a lot of high hopes for this team this season with the additions that were made in the offseason. So a hard battle there as Josephson takes down his man. Puck stays along the boards, but finally comes out as Barbie. Good burst of speed to skate it out of the zone. Now a chance here for numbers as the Wildcats were changing. Quick shot, Stevenson. Good calm glove save there as they try to go far side on him once again. The goal that was scored by Mason Brown at the end of the second period. He went far side just over the pad and below the blocker. But a good job there by Adam Stevenson to read where that shot was coming from, get in front of it, not give up anything easy. So quick shot here from the point, and Stevenson reacts last second to that one. Great job there by Stevenson. Now another quick shot, and McGovern gets in the way of that one. Puck squirts out to the slot. Another quick shot. Stevenson, very active in the crease, comes out to shut down the angle. San Diego State looking to apply the pressure. Rossi throws a good hit along the boards there, tangles up with Hollingsworth. Wildcats once again not able to match the intensity of San Diego State offensively to start the period. Rossi just not able to get to that one in time as Erickson, he throws a big hit along the boards. Michael Pizzo wraps it around so the Wildcats can get fresh bodies. Up the ice, read beautifully by Hughes. Now Hughes, middle to Shetland. Back to Hughes, goes to the front of the crease and can't finish off the play. Great little give and go between Shetland and Hughes as that one's going to go all the way down for icing. So Hughes and Shetland showing their great chemistry that they've been developing in practice leading up to this game. Almost finishes off one more, but D doesn't give Hughes anything to shoot at, and he's forced to put it wide. So Liam D, for me, that's been the story for San Diego State in net. Wildcats have had a lot of good opportunities, but D has made some fantastic saves. Now Joseph Hull working all the way down. Tries to go behind the net, but Shetland in support. Shetland back to Hull. Up high to the point. Quick shot. D seals the 5-hole with the stick. But the rebound comes to Shetland. Now Hanrahan switches out with Hull. Hull tries to go to Shetland, but follows up that missed pass to get possession back. They try to go down low to Hanrahan once again. Gets broken up, but the Wildcats still in possession. Shetland stapled into the board, stays on his skates. Now Hanrahan tries to go backdoor as Hodgson started to pinch down, just couldn't connect. Wildcats with a good offensive zone shift here, forcing the Aztecs. Hodgson knocks down his man, even though he couldn't get the pass, but that's one way to keep possession. They throw it out once again, but the Wildcats more concerned with making a change than keeping the pressure on. So now Mason Brown, he'll wind it up over the blue line, over the red line, dumps it far corner. Takes a big carom off the boards. Hole gets there first. Sees Vilhauer along the boards. He goes to Hodgson. Now over to Jack Curley. Jack Curley with a bit of time and space. Wildcats really want to try to go middle on those passes coming down the wing, but San Diego State has done a great job getting in between, making sure they have no easy way to finish off the passing play. So we'll see if Curley tries something different here. Gets past the check. Tries to feed it out front. Busby had come all the way down from the point, but San Diego State, they know where those high danger chances are coming from. Have to give them credit so far this game for their ability to read that the Wildcats turning down a number of opportunities to shoot and instead opting to try to finish off that final pass. Certainly nothing wrong with the Wildcats' approach and wanting to make sure, and maybe that's a little bit where the play of D has changed their approach to whether or not they want to take the initial shot. Is maybe they feel like they have to set something else up in order to get a good enough opportunity to beat him. But still a 2-goal lead here for the Wildcats in the third period. Now they feed it up ice. Swiger takes a tough hit at the blue line. D plays it, but Slack gets there first, tries to wrap one around, just can't finish it off. As D held the post strong. Swiger tries to line up his man, misses the check. The Aztecs now looking for a bit of offensive pressure of their own after the Wildcats have dominated most of the period to start with. 13:30 left to go. As Lachlan Gibson feeds it up to Josephson. Swiger nudges it ahead. Slack skating onto it. Just not able to beat out Barbie. So back to neutral ice, and the Wildcats will send it low, get the final changes. Rossi hustling to get it in on the forecheck. And it's Mayer. He's going to direct traffic. Goes along the boards. Can't connect, but support and layers from the Aztecs make sure they get possession back. Now Rossi, it's in his skates, but he just decides to get it low. Pizzo gets in, causes a little bit of chaos. Rossi does the same, not giving the Aztecs much time and space to figure out where they want to go, so they just decide to throw it up the middle. McGovern gloves it down. D, little bit of trouble with that one, but good recovery by his defenseman to make sure nothing negative comes out of that. Diving poke check there, doesn't connect, but it causes enough of a problem as Pizzo into the skates of Erickson, but he corrals it, a quick shot, and he scores! What a shot by Brian Erickson as he kicks it off the skate onto the stick and buries that one far side on D to give the Wildcats a 4-1 lead in the third period. What a shot from Brian Erickson. McGovern might have underestimated his strength a little bit there as he went for the celly and got tackled in the process. But what a fantastic shot from Brian Erickson, who gets rewarded for his efforts. Usually it's on the penalty kill and his ability to block shots and make life incredibly difficult for the other team, but what a wrist shot finish there. So Erickson with a fantastic goal, his first of the season. Love to see Erickson getting on the board. And Erickson was such a great story last season as he really wasn't expected to be a starter necessarily when he came into the program, but just played so well that Chad Berman had no choice but to keep him in the lineup. So now gloved down here by Hughes. Wildcats that 4-1 lead, but San Diego State looking to respond. The next shift is the most important one. Good quick shot there as Stevenson had to be square, trying to drag that puck off the boards, not able to. But now they do. They go to the slot, can only find bodies and sticks. Hanrahan, good pass to Hughes in stride. Hughes, little dangle, wasn't perfect, but it worked. So Hughes gets in deep enough to allow the Wildcats to change out behind him. Vilhauer comes flying in, four-man battle pucks, and Vilhauer able to pull it free, tries to wrap it deep, but sealed off along the boards. But all the way down for an icing, so those San Diego State players that really wanted to get off for a line change, sticks on the knees, some heavy breathing probably going down on that ice level. As Vilhauer came racing off the bench, the ability of Hughes to hold it long enough to get the line change results in the icing, and now Curley in to take the face-off against Hollingsworth. Curley, they don't win it clean, but they do get position. Gibson decides to bank it down low. Curley, good job to get there, but just not able to get possession. As San Diego State now will finally get the change they were looking for. 10:52 left to go in the third period. Wildcats with a 4-1 lead. Barbie below the net with Curley shadowing him. San Diego State sending that one forward out high. Wildcats recognize it and mark him. But that job by Faraz just hanging out at the blue line, make sure there's no icing on that play. Trying to drag it to the slot, nothing going. Fought hard there by Curley along the boards. What a pass by Vilhauer. Walker dangles through. Walker finishes off the shot attempt, but just not able to get it past D as he was able to get square to that shot. But what a pass by Owen Vilhauer, tape to tape with authority. Very excited to see what players like Vilhauer are going to be able to bring to this Wildcat group as everyone kind of keeps gelling. Wildcats have not been on the ice for very long. Some programs in the ACHA D1 were on the ice for a good month before the start of the season. Wildcats had about a week, but they've looked good in their first 2 home games. A 9-3 win last night. Now a chance out in front. That one, I think D was able to blocker it just out of the slot so it didn't come down at his feet. Slack making life difficult for the Aztecs. Swiger comes in, just absolutely shoulders his man out of the way. Swiger getting mixed up with it. Make sure he stays out of the box is certainly priority number 1 right now, as the Wildcats want to keep this 5-on-5 and apply the pressure for the next 9:31 remaining in the third period. Slack, nice little move there to Bear. Quick shot from McGovern. Doesn't get all that he wanted on it. And the Aztecs will be forced to just clear that all the way down the ice for an icing. So 9:20 left to go in the third period. Thank you so much for tuning in to the broadcast this evening. Always appreciate people being on the YouTube. If you can make it in person, always great to have as many Wildcat fans in the building as possible. Next game at home, U of A versus ASU, 7:30 p.m. puck drop on October 4th. We'll have that game live broadcast for you from the Tucson Arena as well. Now Hunter Hodgson trying to seal his man off the boards, does a good job of that. Pizzo, not the biggest guy, but throws a huge hit there. Rossi pulls it out of his skates, gets across the line. Now Ari Rossi, quick shot and a big rebound off the pads there. Pizzo just slightly out of position as Hodgson comes back to pick it up. Hodgson over to his defensive partner in Hull. Joseph Hull drawing into the lineup for his first game as a Wildcat has looked pretty comfortable so far. The younger brother of Matthew Hull, who had such a great career here. So now over the line. Looking to go backdoor, and what a save by Adam Stevenson. An absolutely grade A opportunity, but Stevenson aggressive with the dive to take away the entirety of the bottom of the net. So now the Aztecs looking to apply the pressure once again. They find the pass, quick shot. Stevenson once again aggressive on his angles. Comes out and takes that one away. Now Shetland and Hughes with a 2-on-1. Hughes out in front, and he scores! Justin Hughes with his second goal of the game with a beautiful setup from Tyler Shetland, and the Wildcats take a 5-1 lead. Fantastic play there from Tyler Shetland. What a beautiful pass right on the tape. So the Wildcats now finding their groove. A little bit late in the game, but better late than never. As the Wildcats, Justin Hughes has exploded here in the final period. And you can just see the speed, those big long strides of Justin Hughes. So hard to keep up with him, and especially Tyler Shetland. His biggest asset is speed, and seems like playing with Hughes has unlocked Shetland's ability to skate. So now 7:33 left to go in the third period, 5-1. Now Carter Hanrahan just loses the possession as he's pinched off by 2 Aztec players. Hanrahan drops it in deep. Barbie puck in his skates, but he recovers well. So 5-1 for the Wildcats after D for San Diego State has had a good night in net, but Adam Stevenson makes 2 huge saves, and then Justin Hughes comes down the ice, gets the 5-1 lead. Now Walker tries to go out in front, just can't connect with Vilhauer. Vilhauer tenacious on the forecheck, and that allows Curley to get in there. He takes a double hit along the boards, and that gives the Aztecs a little bit of time. over the red line and in. All the way around. Hodgson anticipating it. Seals off the boards, but now a fortuitous bounce here. Walker with a good back check, though, and breaks up the play in the slot. So Friday, October 4th, back here at the Tucson Arena. Those ASU games are always our favorites of the season. The Cactus Cup Series gets underway. So Wildcats looking for their 7th consecutive Cactus Cup. Definitely the absolute #1 priority of this program every year is making sure that Cactus Cup stays in Tucson. And the first game of that will begin on October 4th. Would love to see as many fans as possible in the building for that game. The atmosphere for ASU, such an exciting evening for everyone in Tucson. This team loves playing in front of this crowd at the Tucson Arena against ASU. And of course, as the U of A stream, we take a lot of pride in knowing that Cactus Cup is going to stay in Tucson for a 7th consecutive time if the Wildcats are able to play up to their ability and get the job done. So after this short little media timeout, face-off will be in the Arizona zone. San Diego State, this was the time last night where they really started to pour on the agitation, get under the Wildcats' skin, resulted in the 3rd period lasting a heck of a lot longer than 20 minutes. But now Swiger fights through a check. Josephson skates onto the puck, drops it down deep. Slack, good hard work along the boards to keep possession. Now down low, Josephson looks to go back out in front, opts to go to the faceoff dot. Quick shot, rings the side of the net. Off the boards and almost out, but Gibson, great job to glove it down into a spot where he can skate onto it with a bit of momentum. Swiger now down below the goal line. Swiger causing a lot of problems. Swiger with a quick turnaround shot, and that one just goes wide. 5:47 left to go in the 3rd period. Great shift from this line. Eddie Slack with a quick shot, just goes wide on the glove side. So that line of Josephson, Slack, and Swiger causing a lot of havoc in the San Diego State zone. Baird gloves that one down, quickly decides to dump it back in. Erickson racing to the puck, gets there first, rims it around. Pizzo decides to slick little turnaround feed to the slot. Continues the offensive pressure as the Wildcats circle around. Baird with a quick shot through a lot of traffic. That hits a defender out in front. Baird definitely one of the more kind of shut down defensive defensemen, but maybe a chance here for San Diego State. But Baird does not turn down the opportunity to shoot. He scored his first goal as a Wildcat in last night's game. So Rossi dumps it in. San Diego State, not a whole lot on that pass, doesn't get it done. Now Hanrahan just can't get that last touch as Hodgson settles it down. Hunter Hodgson having himself quietly a very solid game. Now over the line, trying to maintain possession is Brown, but a lot of Wildcats giving him trouble. Hodgson, great job there to break up the play and get it in deep. Now Shetland, Hanrahan, and Hughes out. It was Shetland and Hughes who combined for that gorgeous goal to give the Wildcats a 5-1 lead, but with 4:09 left, I've got a feeling they're not done looking for that 6. San Diego State, who really came out all 3 periods, very impressed with San Diego State's jump out of the locker room. They started the periods very strong, but the Wildcats were able to withstand those early couple minutes of pressure. Adam Stevenson has looked fantastic in his first start as a Wildcat. Lachlan Gibson, assertive job there to just poke that one aside, so Stevenson doesn't even have to make a save on it. Curley, great job there to barrel in, get through the stick and the body maintain possession. Curley so good in tight areas, trying to finish this one off. Walker all alone. Walker shoots, and it just goes wide as Walker was looking for his second of the game. Not sure what's happening between Curley and the San Diego State players. They might have been fighting over who's going to pick up Curley's stick. But San Diego State racing into the zone. They try to go across, but Demare just not able to connect. Great little Ronaldo-looking soccer kick there to get the puck in deep by Bellig. Glove down at the point. Wildcats collapse and make sure there's no opportunity to keep it in. Marcus Kim took a big hit there from Owen Vilhauer, who's had himself a fantastic game. Gibson not able to get a hold of that one. 2:32 left to go. Josephson staples his man. Puck's loose in the crease. Stevenson opts to not glove it and get play stopped. He might have not found that puck till too late, but Josephson now with a great burst of speed over the red line. Slack holds up to make sure the play's onside. Josephson down low around the net, dumps it off to Walker. Walker waits, holds. He's had some fantastic opportunities. Also scored a goal. Baird tries to go wide, looking for a tip from Slack. Maybe 2:03 left to go in the period. So Baird just chugs back into the zone with 1:52 left to go. Now lead pass up for Eddie Slack. Gets sealed off quickly, but is able to get it to Swiger. Dodges a hit. Swiger, quick shot, and that one hits the side of the net as Rossi tried to finish it off. They put it back on net, and D is able to get a save on that. Rossi got his stick in as he thought the puck might have still been loose, and San Diego State goes right back after him. Rossi was quickly hustling out of there, though, wanted no part of the 5 Aztecs, who I think took exception to that extra little poke on the pads of Liam D. So that's the difference between last night and tonight. Rossi just decides to get out of there when people start going at him. Better to use your words than your fists when you're up 5-1 with 137 left to go in the third period. So not too long left to go in this home weekend. It's been a bit of ups and downs for the Wildcats on the ice, but 2 fantastic results. The broadcast team certainly has a couple things we want to work on and get dialed in. And we'll be at practice with the Wildcats this week heading into the ASU weekend, making sure everything is as polished as possible. Michael Pizzo, good burst of speed to keep the pressure on. 1:15 left to go in the third period. So Hodgson able to find Pizzo. He takes a good bump there, but stays up on his skates. Great job there by Rossi to come barreling in and apply pressure on the forecheck. 55 seconds left to go. San Diego State maybe trying to get one last push, and they'll get an opportunity to with 47.5 seconds left to go. They will go on a power play. So not long for San Diego State to work on the power play. But a little bit of chance to take a little bit of wind out of the sails, maybe play a bit of spoiler here. So 47.5 seconds left to go in the game. San Diego State wins the face-off, a great block there, and the Wildcats just opt to quickly get that one out of the zone. So a 2-minute tripping call there, a result in the Wildcats finishing this game off on the PK. But in the grand scheme of things, a solid performance here, and a lot of credit due to Adam Stevenson, but a chance here. Stevenson, great angle save, rebound just sails wide. But between Hayden Gould and Adam Stevenson, both coming away with wins their first time on U of A ice, a lot to look forward to in the goaltending area for this Wildcats group. And just like that, that's the type of spoiler that the Aztecs were trying to play. They get one back with 2.7 seconds left. A late penalty once again results in the Aztecs a little bit something to take home back to San Diego. Not a whole lot for them to hold on to, dropping both games on U of A ice, being outscored 14-5, but let alone good to see a team sticking with it, not giving up. So we'll be back October 4th to bring you the first ASU matchup of the season. We can't wait for that. I'm guessing in between now and that game, Wildcats will be looking to dial in their details. Adam Stevenson's going to get a lot of big hugs from the team in celebration of his first victory as a Wildcat. A lot of good things to take away from this Thursday-Friday night split. Some things to work on, but if you're not, as Coach Berman always says, if you're not growing, you're rotting, and you never want to be too content. Victories are also obviously so important for this Wildcat group, and getting the season started with 2 straight wins is huge. But room to grow before ASU comes into the building. Definitely excited for that game. Thank you so much for tuning into the broadcast. We will be back to bring you our next home game October 4th. For University of Arizona Wildcat Hockey, this is Sebastian Janik. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be back with you soon.